How's everybody doing? So what I want to do is show you how I ballast here. But before I do, let me show you how I get my ballast, because people have asked me quite a bit and I've just sort of mentioned it, but I'll just show a quick demo on how I sift it from just limestone that I find on the side of the road. In fact, I find most of my aggregates and terrain materials, like I'd say the first couple layers, like, well, I mean, I use whatever I can in the moment kind of thing. But whenever I use anything from outdoors, I always wash it, and I use a lot of isopropyl alcohol to soak down, because it kills any biology that might be in any outdoor aggregate that you do decide to use. And if you don't, you might be surprised, like a couple of years later, you got these little micro wasps or hornets hatching out of your layout, or worse, or something else, right? So it helps to do that. But this is just limestone once again, and I really like it. You can see how there's, I mentioned before, there's different resolutions in here of it. Okay, so I'll just show you that, and then I'll continue on and show you how to do this. Okay, so I just want to show you how I sift my own ballast. So all I do is use limestone. I get this, like I got this off the side of the road. There was a pile of it near the fringe of a construction site. A pile of lumber and garbage in a big bin, and a pile of this there. It was not going anywhere, so it would have been probably just scooped up and binned, so I grabbed a bunch. And that's what I do. I've always done that. I just collect stuff. You can probably get some of this from a landscape supply store. But if you look around, like go for a walk, right, you can sift other types of aggregate like this. And I'll show you quickly how I get it. So I just take it like that. I dry it out really good, and I use a strainer. I got this at the dollar store for $1, I think. Flour strainer. Don't use your wife's best flour strainer. Anyway, I just dump it in like a bunch like that. It's a little bit of work, right? And then I basically put it back into another bin, and it makes really good in a rock for other means, right? So see that? So I get two sort of resolutions. I get this really nice ballasty rock, and then there's this fine that comes out as well. So I can kind of pick between the two as I'm ballasting, and it's just awesome ballast if you're into this kind of color. And it's perfect for the Pacific Northwest in my area. But having said that, you can also paint it with super thin washes of paint or filters or airbrush or whatever. But I really like it, and it works good for me, okay? Okay, so we got the ballast exactly where we want it, and we're not trying to build a model railroad in one day, right? We'll just do one little section here, okay? Rome wasn't built in a day. So what I'm going to do here first, before I soak this, I want to show you how I mix my solution for ballast. So I use matte medium, okay? I don't need that much, so I'll just give that a little squeeze. And then I'm going to take some water. This has a little bit of like a drop or two of dish soap in it. And I'm going to add about 60% water to 40% matte medium. That's actually more matte medium than you need. But you'd be surprised, like once you get to use matte medium, you'd be surprised what you can get away with. Actually 10% matte medium to 90% water, I'll glue ballast no problem. But it's all a matter of experience and what you're confident with. So, and it's very forgiving. So if you're within 50-50 or less of matte medium, then you're probably good to go on almost every occasion. So now that I've mixed this matte medium, right, I have a little eyedropper here, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little spritzer bottle. Now I put a few drops of isopropyl alcohol. Sorry, trying to get used to this lens. I get in too close and it goes out of focus. So I put a few drops of IPA in there, and then what I do is it's just tap water again as I just soak it down. And you find that it sort of cleans up the dust really nice. And if you're gentle with this, it won't move the ballast. A few little pieces will fly off, but it'll basically wash the rail down too nice. Okay. Then what I do is I just take my eyedropper like this, and I usually start on the outside. I don't worry too much about the inside of the track, because if you drip it on the shoulder of the track or the grade, it'll capillary its way into the center all on its own because you pre-soaked it. Now you don't want to pre-soak it so it's flooded. Just make sure it's wet, right? Because the alcohol will help the water penetrate, excuse me, the dry surface tension of the limestone in this case. And basically notice the points here now. Like, I'm not that worried about it because I'm going to be able to move them tomorrow. Like, usually they'll just pop if you rattle them back and forth a few times gently. But if they don't, just pour some IPA. Same thing. Just over top, just a little bit, and then move them until they pop loose. And when the IPA evaporates and dries, you'll be good to go. So I come back to retouch things. So I'm never in a hurry when I do ballast. I like good ballast work, regardless of what it is, whether it's dirt ballast, grade 1 ballast, grade 2, 3, whatever the ballasting on the right-of-way or the class of track it is. I'll come back and retouch some of these areas. And then just in closing here is you want to make sure that I usually leave these points in between, like not up against the closure rail. That way, they won't glue, like the matte medium won't glue the closure rail to the points. Now, all this milkiness, if it's really good quality Liquitex matte medium, you won't get any gray cloudiness like people say they do. And even if you do, if you get any anomalies, I'll also say this. Take a little bit of isopropyl alcohol in a spray bottle and spray it down. Just soak it down again. It won't hurt any of this because once it evaporates and dries, it'll just be hard as a rock again. And if you ever want to lift this, I've shown before that you just soak down the track really good a couple times, and you can actually pry up the track and lift the whole turnout if you want to, okay? Okay, so I like to throw this in whenever I do ballasting. So when you use matte medium, your points you're probably going to get glued stiff from the matte medium under the tie and the point, or they'll get glued to the closure rail on either side. So I just basically take isopropyl alcohol and just pour it on, let it soak in a bit. And then you just got to spend the time to work them a bit. I've been poking away at this for just a few seconds here and there throughout the day, working on other stuff, and it just took me a little while to pick out any stones that are protruding and hindering that throw bar. And once you loosen up the matte medium, the adhesive in this case with isopropyl alcohol, and you keep moving it around intermittently, it'll dry and it'll just come loose, and eventually they'll work like a dream. And this one's already working good, and then when I'm done I can just touch up paint with a brush some of the copper PC board tie there when it's all nice and lubed up good, and I have a nice spring switch machine under there of my choice, and she'll all be good to go just like all the rest of the other turnouts, okay?